All right, we're back. Welcome to the Premier Race Network. We're going to run a 60-lap race here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Um, Currently shown on pole is Wayne Grass, number 5, Pennzoil Shell Machine, with Jaylene Battle in second. Third would be Rob Denoff. And after that, let me just take a look at the scoring as it runs across the top. So Wayne Grass, number 5, Jaylene Battle in the number 24, Rob Denoff, the number 39, Tim Phillips will be in the 21 and 4th, Dave Elliott will be in 5th, Anthony Yarnkello will be in 6th, Steve Benjamin in 7th, number 7 of Michael Budd will be in 8th, in 9th will be Michael Adams, James Lowe in 10th, Kurt Evinger in 11th. Now some of these guys, I'm not sure if they joined while qualifying was underway, so it's thrown the numbers a little bit off and who's where. So basically we'll wait for them to get moving here on the track, and we'll be able to find out who's who and where they are. Basically, up front, we can see the number 5 Pennzoil Machine. Alongside of him is the number 24 of Jaylene Battle. Right behind the 5 is Rob Denoff, the 39. To his outside, Tim Phillips in the number 21. Behind Tim, we are seeing Dave Elliott in the 42. The 79 is Anthony Yarnkello. Let me see if I said that right. Yarnkello, yes, indeed, in the 79. To his outside is the 94 of Steve Benjamin, the number 7 of Michael Budd, and to his outside, the 03 of Michael N. Adams. And behind that, in the number 23, is James Love, and that's your field. Waiting for the pace car to pull out. Once the pace car starts to move, we'll do a lap around this track, and the pace car is going to pull off as it comes by the pit road, and then we'll have a green flag. These drivers start with the green flag, so it should be a green race. I mean, basically there's few drivers in here tonight that have joined late. But everyone else I've watched them, and I've seen them run some pretty solid laps, some side-by-side racing at this Cup Series level. You want to have many races and lap experience alongside of other drivers. So our field is going down the backstretch here, we can see, and hopefully we're going to go green. You can see the 7 there moving back and forth, cleaning up his tires, getting a little bit of a scrub on them. Basically, we're going to watch and see what these guys do. Let's go and have a look from the spectator stands. We've got a full crowd here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway. One of the better tracks of NASCAR, really, over the years. I mean, other than the change to a quad oval, I really enjoyed it. It used to be the old style track. And green. Here we go. Five takes the green, leads the field here down the straightaway. Now we're just going to see where they're going to go here. Basically, 60 laps is a sprint race, but look at that, the 23 car was all over the place. I do believe he saved it, so he's still green. And let's have a quick look up front here. The 39 is under pressure by the 79. And let's see where they can go with this. There we go. Number 5 leads them down into turn 1. The entire field in tow. Jaylene in the number 48 follows him up closely behind. Rob Denoff right behind that. In the 39, followed by the 79 of Anthony Yarnkello. Number 7 of of Michael Budd and Steve Benjamin. They all seem to be just getting into a rhythm here, and that's what you've got to do on these short races. You can't just charge anymore with these with the latest tire mod that they have. You have to save your stuff. If you're pushing real hard at the beginning of the run, you're not going to have tires at the end of the run. And Wayne has demonstrated that the more laps you put on, the more practice you put on, then basically the more knowledge you're going to have. So he's not jumping out to a 10 or 15 car length lead here. And I'm not sure if he can with the competition he has behind him. But in years past, you could actually, if you had a really fast car to start, you could drive away, gap them, and then just sort of settle in, and your car would not fall off as it should in real life. So the more modifications they do to their tires, the more realistic it becomes. Basically, now if you charge the race early on, you're going to pay for it in the long run. So as we're watching here, there is a little bit of a gap from the pack of cars. That would be Wayne Grass in front, with Jamie Baber second, Rob Danoff third, Anthony Mantello in fourth, Steve Benjamin in fifth, Michael Budd in sixth with the number 7 car. And then there's a small gap of 1.3 back to Michael and Adams, and then yet another 1.5 back to Tim. Dave Elliott has had an issue, I believe, where 23 and both are 3 laps down now. So I did not see what happened to them, but apparently one of them got loose. As we're looking here, the number 24 of Justin Jaylene Battle seems to be looking at the inside of the grass here. He's under pressure by, that is Rob Danoff, moving to the outside, and the number 79 of Anthony Yankello is right behind the 39. So you can run high on this track, and there is a high lane. So basically, are they tearing tires up down low? Are these guys that are sort of taking it easy in the back, or are they taking it easy in the back? We don't know anymore. That's the difficulties to try and understand here with the new tire mod before the 2020 season comes to us there at the middle of February. But these first 6 cars are just hanging with each other and going. Michael and Adams just dropped back a bit. I think he's lost about a second and a half, and gonna have to go back and take a look and see what's going on with his car. Where is Tim Phillips? Tim Phillips is yet another 3 seconds back of Michael, so they have lost a handle or something on their car. Let's go up and take a look at number 7 here, following up the front pack, and see what he's looking at. There's Steve Benjamin in the number 94. Again, these fellows that these practice races, preseason practice races that we're having, are learning how to handle the car with the new tire mod, and how to drive them. Like I said, it's no longer what it used to be. You would get in here, you had the fastest car, you could get in front and just burn the heck out of your car, and not really with any consequence. But now the tire wear is substantial. If you beat the tires up early on, you're going to pay for it in the long run, and we've seen it happen over and over again. Now, basically, they can blow a tire out if they're over aggressive and wear the inner portion of the tire here in the corners. As we see 24 down low, the 5 up high, followed by the 79. Up high is maintaining his second position right now, but we'll see just how much tire is going in to keep it down low, and how much tire they are using staying up high. But they're side by side for two lanes of traffic right here for the 2 front rows. Steve Benjamin just sort of hanging back there, watching what's going on. And then, of course, there's the what is that number? the number 7 of Michael Budd right behind them now. So 6 lead cars are right together. Michael and Adams had fallen back to 3. He's now back to 5. Tim Phillips is still 3.9, almost 4 seconds back of Michael. So these guys, are they saving fuel? Are they going to try and do what Thomas Lewandowski did last night in the B car? And who is sliding up like that? Is that Rob? Rob slides up the track a little bit and may have put a little bit of fear into the step of Anthony, but I'm sure that they're all aware of what's going on here. Tires are starting to wear, I'm sure. Anthony is sticking close to him, but gives him plenty of room. And we carry on here. Green flag still lap 14 of this race. So that's 1/4 of the race in the books. And you can see these guys are not letting up. They are really working hard, one after the other, trying to get that lead, trying to not lose position with the car behind them or beside them. As Rob slides up the track in front of Anthony, Anthony crosses back over the inside, and the number 79 pulls right up to the back bumper of the 24 of Jaylene. Now looking at maybe making a move on Jaylene, but Jaylene's down low, and he's got a pretty solid car down here from what we're seeing. Just right now, unable to complete the pass on Wayne Grass. Wayne led the first few laps and then moved up to the high line, and Jaylene was working on the low line trying to get down there. But you can see they're pretty equal. They're back and forth, back and forth. Now up to the high side, Brad Benoff has gotten back around Anthony, and oh, look at that! Wayne pulls the car down in front, made the high lane work, passing Anthony, passing Jaylene, that is, in the number 24, and taking the lead back. Now Rob, he's been working both sides of this. He's gotten to the bottom, gotten to the top. I think he works best on the top because he managed to drive around the outside of the 79, grabbed himself up a 3rd place, and now is pressuring the number 24 Jaylene Battle as we come up to lap 18 here that they'll be starting shortly. So we are really moving along here in this race. These guys are battling pardon the pun, they are battling quite ferociously here. Jaylene Battle is working on the 5 car and looks to the outside now. He saw the 5 pass him on the outside, though it took many laps. Is he going to try and pass him there back again by the outside lane, or is he going to just make him look to the outside, make him move up a little bit and then open up the bottom door so he can try and pass him again? Rob is really stout. He's really showing that number 39 car can go up there and fight for the lead. And now he pulls down to the bottom lane, just behind Wayne Grass. Probably going to get a little bit of a draft here and see if he's able to pass Jaylene for 2nd spot. This is quite interesting to watch them battle like this. And you see someone went down pit road. It was not one of our top 6 drivers. They are still out on track. We'll have a quick look and see who's on pit road. Is Tim Phillips hit pit road there. Again, James Elliott and James Lowe, Dave Elliott and James Love both pulled off the pit lane, and at the start of this race, we saw them there, but they were both, I guess, involved in an incident and unable to continue. Went behind the wall. Tim Phillips, however, is pulled in and is still, from what I understand, running, probably under pit. Someone goes down low on the backstretch. Who is that? It is the number 79 of Anthony Yankello. So didn't see what happened to him. You can go and see if there's a record of it. Did he hit the wall? Hard to tell. We're looking at him right now on a replay and see what exactly happened. He came off of turn 2 and pulled it over. Geez, I'm wondering. I'm wondering what happened there. So basically, he's on pit road right now. Tim Phillips is now taking over the 7th position, even though he went to pit road. The 79 is on pit road, 2 laps down, and for no reason, from what I could see, didn't slam the wall, didn't spin out, just pulled down off track. Up front, Wayne Grass leading Rob Denoff by 3/10 of a second. We have the number 24, Jaylene Battle, still hanging with Rob and still trying to make a move on Rob here as he cuts over, pulls from outside Rob, and is now trying to make a pass for second again. Right behind, so Rob drops right in behind him. And back at that, Michael Budd in the number 7. He's still shown in 4th place. And then we have Steve Benjamin in 5th. Michael Ann Adams is some 12 seconds back of that in the 6th position. Tim Phillips is 1 lap down. And Anthony Ankello is pulled off in the pit lane. Not sure what happened to his vehicle. So, back to the leader. You can see there that Wayne is extending his lead, gapping a little bit, maybe, 3-4 car lengths to the number 24 of Jaylene Battle. And Rob is all over the back of the 24, trying to make it back to 2nd position. Behind him is the number 7, Michael Budd, in the Army car. And Steve Benjamin, you can see him back there as he's lost, about 2 seconds to this lead pack. So keep an eye on him, see if maybe he needs to work on something there for the long haul of this car. You can see the leaders are now coming up on the lap car of Tim Phillips. Tim Phillips was on pit road for not really sure for what reason, but unfortunately there you're seeing him just in front of Wayne Grass in the 21 car. So lap 27 of 60 in the that they're working on right now, and Tim gets put another lap down to Wayne Grass. Wayne Grass is leading this, and had a pretty good battle to start with Jaylene Battle. And you can see Jaylene in the back there coming up to also put a lap on Tim Phillips. Tim Phillips' car just seems to be off pace and running the byline. Let's see what they're going to do here. Is he going to stay up high? Yeah, he's going to stay up high and look at any lap cars going by. That's the respectful thing to do on any given race night. You don't want to be mixed up with a lead lap car and maybe cause them to lose the race. Your turn will come. Someday you'll need that same favor, and the lead lap car will move out of the way for you, or the lap down car will move out of the way for you and allow you to pass safely. That's what sim racing is about here. We do our best to respect everybody's right to race on track in every race. So now we have the 4 lead lap cars that are past Tim Phillips and just past the start-finish line right now. As you see Wayne going into turn 1, he's got himself a good 1.4 second gap over 2nd place, which is Jaylene Battle, number 24. Followed up by Rob Denoff, who's 7 tenths back of that of the 2nd place car. Michael Budd is hanging, 2 tenths off of that. As we see the leader heading to pit road, and Jaylene is also headed to pit road. Now he really went across that line hot. I hope he wasn't speed. If he got it slowed down, way to go. But he sure did turn that thing sideways. You gotta hope that he didn't get penalized. So there on pit road, Michael Budd is now leading and cutting down to the low side. Is he also going to pit here, or is he going to stay on with Tim Phillips, who's a lap or 2 laps down, I believe now? Yeah, 2 laps down to the right behind him. Now lead lap cars are pulling off, and you can see in the background Steve Benjamin, who's currently running 2nd, has also stayed out. Now, was he driving it easy at the beginning? That's why they had such a gap. I do recall him talking about having watched Mr. Lewandowski, Thomas Lewandowski, yesterday doing clutching and shutting the engine off in the corners. Now, is he going to attempt the same thing? Because he worked extensively on his car and got some practice with clutching it and saving fuel. So might he be trying to learn something for the 2020 season? We don't know. We'll have to watch, follow, and see what comes of this. Michael Butt now pulling down low as he headed for pit road in the number 7 Army car. It looks like he is indeed going to pit lane. Oh, but he came in fast as well now. Let's see, did that car wiggle a little bit? Did he lose it? And no, he's on pit road solidly. Now, let's go back to Wayne Grass, who pitted. So he's shown 1 lap down now to the leader, so that's nothing to worry about. If Steve hasn't pit, or Steve is now the leader and has yet to pit. If Steve stays out, we'll have to see here if Wayne is indeed a lap down. I believe he is. And he moves up to 3rd. Michael Adams is still on track. Right there you can see the 03 car as he goes around the corner 2 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway and heads down the backstretch. I'm not sure if he can make it. We'll have to wait and see. But currently running 2nd to Steve Benjamin in the number 94. Steve is going into turn 1 right now. Mike is coming up to the start-finish line, so about half a lap, or half a straightaway back of Steve is where Mike is currently running. Wayne is 1 lap back, going down the backstretch here, so going into turn 3. So you have to make up quite a bit of track, and then once you catch the leader, he has to. Oh, he's on the. Is he on the lead lap? I don't know. Whenever they do this pitting, the timing and scoring takes a bit to get itself back in line here. I believe he's 1 lap back of the leader. Who's Steve Benjamin right there in front of him? So basically, if he passes Steve here, he'll have roughly 20 some laps to get the job done. So right now he goes after Steve. He unlaps himself. So now he's on the same lap as the leader, but he has to make up 30 some seconds in 22 laps. So this is going to be interesting. Let's watch and see. And second to that, can Steve make it on fuel? Steve was pushing pretty hard to hang with the top 6 until they broke up. Jaylene Battle, I'm guessing he pulled off, the 7 pulled off. They may have been penalized. And that's one of the things with the open room racing. I find so often they're not real sim racers. They're probably gamers, and if they can't win, they just stop and pull off and quit and go to join another race somewhere. It's an unfortunate reality, but in this world, gaming versus sim racing they're 2 separate things. Premier Race Network's about sim racing, so basically any of our drivers will stay out there regardless of their laps down, and they'll battle and they'll learn what they have to do to better their run for the next race. So currently, Steve Benjamin still leading this race. Michael and Adams in the 03 here. He is in 2nd, some 4 seconds back. 4.8 back of Steve Benjamin. Wayne Grass is 26 seconds back of the lead. And there are 20 laps to go. Rob Denoff is in 4th. 1 lap down yet to pass the leader and get his lap back. And Tim Phillips is running in 5th now, still 1 lap down. Yeah, he's 1 lap down plus 20 some seconds. So basically, if he can follow Wayne, he will be believe, the lucky dog position car. Rob should, I believe, be able to get his car back on the lead lap here. He did pit, so basically he's on fresher tires than Steve. Now, Steve, down to roughly 3 seconds. Let's go and see what Mike is seeing out at the front of his car here. So we go in cockpit, and you can see Steve Benjamin up there in front. Now Mike is just riding around the high side here, and he can see that's Rob Denoff in front of him. Rob will eventually get his lap back from Steve, because that's Steve going into turn 1. Just have to wait and see what they're going to do, if they're going to be able to pull this off. Now, 60 laps in the Xfinity car, they were short maybe 4 laps. Oh my God, recently tagged the wall ever so lightly. I don't see that much damage. We could go and take a look at the left front and see. Where's the left front? Right front. Yeah, you can see some damage there. He had a wiggle. When these tires go in the new tire mod, basically the rubber, as it wears off, the car gets unpredictable. It gets a bit of a wobble. The tires are like squishy, and they sort of move back and forth. And what I've been told, because I've been in the car since November of 2019, what I've been told is it almost feels like your car's in some extreme weather. It's getting blown around, like left to right to left to right, and basically that's on the straightaways. I have yet to experience it. Been doing the broadcast stuff here for the past 3-4 weeks, and enjoying my time off of racing for the time being. I am going to have to get back in the car in the seat there soon and get some practice with these Cup cars. 2020 is coming up soon, so. But yeah, Mike has dropped to roughly 3 seconds back of Steve Benjamin. Now Steve Benjamin is on lap 46 right now, and Wayne is 15 seconds back of 18 seconds back of Steve, 15 back of Mike. Will he have time to catch these guys, and will these guys be able to make it the entire distance? Like I said, Thomas Lewandowski put one on them yesterday, clutching his car for the second half, the whole second half of the race. Every time he went in the corner, he'd clutch it, and then just sort of glide around the corner, pick it back up coming off, and was able to pull the win off of over Wayne by just under 5 seconds. And that whole second half of the race, he was clutching it. So I gotta wonder if Steve is doing the same thing, if he's clutching it. He might be, because Mike is closing the gap again. He was at 3.3 after scraping the wall. He's now down to 2.9, 2.8. So is Mike saving too? Couldn't tell you. Basically, we don't have access to their data, and that's why they're racing. They're out there trying to accumulate data, see what they can do for the 2020 season. So there's a lot of hungry drivers out there. They want to dethrone Wayne Grass from that 2019 championship. And trust me, it takes some time to earn a championship here. I believe Mike, my brother, Michael Adams there, ran a full season before he got his first win at the Cup Series level, and it took him over 2 years to get his championship in the Xfinity Series, which was the nationwide back then. And Wayne was driving with us for 5 years plus before he got these championships last year. And he won 3 championships. He won the trucks, he won the Cup Series, and the National Series, the Trinidad car. So 3 championships for your first championship season. That's pretty awesome. Got himself 6 wins at the Cup level. Did a real fine job racing with everybody there. Steve Benjamin, you're looking at him right here, is a 2-time ARCA Series champion. won 2018, 2019 back-to-back championships in the ARCA series. So these guys are, championship caliber drivers. Okay, so Mike has stabilized at 2.8, 2.9 behind Steve. Back of them, Wayne has closed it to 12 seconds off the lead. And there are 9 laps left in this race. So let's keep an eye on Steve and see if he's going to make it fuel-wise. Mike as well. Mike can see Steve, but basically he's dropped to 3 seconds back now. Is there any fuel concerns on Mike's part? Tire concerns? Again, these tires can blow. You can blow a tire now and put it in the wall. I mean, it does pretty much what the real car does. Blow a tire, it won't turn. It'll go straight up into the wall. Now, I can't remember which race it was in the preseason races, but Steve's already pulled this off once before. I think it was a B class or an Xfinity class race, but I couldn't be sure. But he did this exact same thing. He stayed out, managed his run early on, saved, and beat Wayne by roughly, I think it was 5 some seconds. So very, very good strategies. And if he does it twice in the preseason, you can bet you he's going to be working on some strategies for the 2020 season. Put this number 94 clicking with Canaan's car in victory lane on the official season. So basically we're looking at Steve Benjamin in the number 94 as he goes around lap. He's on lap 55 right now. And leading Mike has pitted. He's leading Wayne Grass now by 8 seconds. So let's go and see Mike. Mike is on pit road. Yeah, he unable to make it. So he was 4 or 5 laps short, just like they were saying. Now Steve, if he's doing what he said he was going to do at the beginning of this race, and you talked, and he was saying after Thomas Lewandowski's win last night, and he was sitting on pit road watching him, he says he's clutching it or cutting the engine or something every time he goes into the corner, and he saved 4 laps. So he said, I'm going to do the same thing, and we're looking at it right here. He is seems to be staying out, and I couldn't tell you right now if he's been clutching it or not. But look in the background. We're on lap 57 right now, and you can see Wayne coming. Wayne is within 5.8 seconds of Steve Benjamin now. Will he have time to get up there? Or will this race end with Steve leading and taking the checkers once again with this fuel strategy? These 60-lap races are something else. I'm really excited for the 2020 season now, seeing a few of these drivers up there running up front and dusting off and getting in shape and getting ready to go out there and prove their racing skill on track here. Well, Wayne has pulled it down under 4 seconds, but and I'll have to say that, but this is the start of lap 59. Right here. He's on lap 59. So he makes it around this lap and then has 1 more lap to go. 3 seconds is the gap back to Wayne. Wayne, he's sure on fuel. He doesn't have to worry. He stopped middle of this race. Look at him come. Wayne is coming. Steve is coming to lap 60 right here. Will he do it? Will he pull off this win over Wayne? Wayne has got him right in his sights. Will he be able to make the pass? Will Steve be able to make the lap around here? Is he going to run out of fuel? I think he won it. I think Wayne just got him. He ran out of fuel. Steve is down low, coasting. And Wayne just shot by on the white flag lap. Oh, he must be kicking himself. But what an effort, what a try. Let's go and grab a hold of Wayne as he crosses the start-finish line for the win. Woo! Must be happy now. Rob has pulled second away from Steve, and he crosses the line in second. Steve Benjamin is still back there. I believe he's coasting. I don't know if he's going to get around. Mike Adams got across the line in fourth, and Tim Phillips there has crossed the line in fifth. What a race. Let's go back and have a quick look and see if Steve has to coast it onto pit lane. He has no fuel left as Wayne pulls it in and heads towards victory lane. He's probably waving at him right now. Son of a gun, you tried it, but you didn't make it. So way to go, Wayne. Got yourself the win. Finally, that strategy did not work for Steve, but it was close. He went into turn one with about a 3-second gap and then lost fuel pressure on the 94 car. Well, let's go ahead and grab Wayne and pull him down here and congratulate him on a win.
User was moved to your channel.
Wayne, that was inevitable. You were catching him big time, but to see him run out on that last lap there, I was like, oh, just payback for the last time he did it to you, right?
Yeah, right. I thought he had me, to be honest with you.
Well, we all did too. I mean, he was coming down there. There was a 3-second gap on the last lap, and I was like, I don't know, unless he runs out, and he runs out. I was like, oh, Wayne's going to be happy right now. There you go. I finally got things to work right. The buggers. Thomas Lewandowski last night, and then Steve said it earlier before we went racing that he was going to try that. And I was like, is he going to do it? Can they make it? These Cup cars drink a little bit more fuel than the Xfinity does. So I bet you're glad, man. Congratulations on the win. Holy smokes, what a action-filled race.
Yeah, well, either way, even if I would have lost, I had fun. So that's the main thing.
Yeah. That was heck of a try. I'm going to grab a hold of second place finisher Rob. That's another second place for him. He must be getting he said he was tired of it last time, so I'm going to go and bug him a little bit about it and get him down here. Congratulations, Wayne. Hell of a race.
Thank you, Ned.
User was moved out of your channel. User was moved to your channel.
Well, we now have Mr. Second Place here down in the booth with us. Rob, another second place? Another?
I let that 24, before we went into pits, I let that 24 get in front of me. And he started braking early coming into the dang pits, and then Wayne got in there, and I think he just took enough gas to finish. And I took a full tank and 4 tires, so then I didn't get to get up and draft with Wayne. But he was gone again.
Well, second place. That's what, the second, third, maybe fourth time this year in the preseason?
One was too many.
Well,
I know.
One more spot. It's bound to happen. One of these days you're going to get that win and take it from him. Steve was trying that thing that Thomas Lewandowski did on him last night. Oh, geez. And run out into turn one.
What happened to Tim?
Tim, I don't know. He pitted real early, off sequence, so I'm not sure. The 23 and the 42, they did a couple laps and then just both of them went to pit road. So I figured the 23, I'd seen him all loose. 42, I didn't see what happened to him, but basically they went in at the same time and took it behind the wall. So couldn't tell you. The 79 car basically disconnected when he found he couldn't win against these guys. The 7 car went into pit road. They must have got caught speeding or something. He just disconnected. And of course that 24 car, he went on to pit road pretty hot, but I don't know if he got black flagged or what, but all of a sudden he gave up the ghost. He was not going to finish this race. I got to think gamers.
I think he scraped the wall, and then he didn't. I don't know if he didn't use his fast prepare. I don't think.
Yeah, well, I got to think gamers, right? You know what I mean? Sim racers versus gamers. I can't win. Going to get out and go and find another place to go and win.
Well, Wayne and I were the only two that pit on lap 30, other than the 24.
Yeah,
I'm saying, well, there it is. All this Tim and Mike and Steve, because they were doing the fuel thing. I said, well, but I didn't have enough to get around to get him the second time. I mean, I got
knew
Mike.
Mike-
Mike pitted.
I know Mike was trying to stay out, but yeah, no, he wasn't going to make it either. So, well, congratulations on another second place. I'm going to grab you, put you up there, and I'll grab a hold of third place, Steve, and ask him, geez, what did he need? A thimble more of fuel? Or
Just tell him his high school math ain't working good.
All right, I'll tell him. Congratulations, Rob.
Hey, thank you.
User was moved out of your channel. User was moved to your channel.
Well, here we got Steve Benjamin, the high school math teacher. Rob told me to say that. So basically, yeah, just missed it by that much.
Yeah, I was decided to go and save fuel, and I needed to have made that decision about 2 laps earlier. I just started sputtering across the start-finish line with the white flag.
So heartbreaking. I saw you going into turn 1, and then you moved up high. I was like, oh,
yeah,
it's out of fuel.
Yeah. So I should have started saving a couple laps earlier. There, we were all in the blank at the beginning there, and it was getting pretty dicey. So I decided to back out, and then that's when I realized I checked my fuel usage and said, "Geez, if I kind of take it easy here, I might be able to make it." So then when they pitted, when Wayne and Rob pitted, then I started clutching it and shutting the engine off in the turns, and almost worked. If I started a little earlier, I probably would have made it. Just the way it goes. But it was a good run.
That was the strategy we were looking at here. We were saying basically when we talked earlier, you had said that Thomas Lewandowski had taught you something yesterday.
Yeah, he did that last night and won the race.
I'm wondering if Steve's doing that now, and he must be basically trying it.
Yeah, my timing. I needed the practice. I need a little more practice with it. You got to get your timing down. I almost overread the car at one point because I let the clutch, or I started into the throttle before I let the clutch all the way out, and the
it's something, eh? It is something. It's I've done it myself, and it's kind of tricky. You got to try and clutch it going in at the right spot, and then let off of the clutch and pick it back up at the right spot. If you miss it by some few feet, you can really screw up your run. You can get loose and spin out the damn thing.
Yeah, you can spin yourself out. Yeah, exactly. So it takes a little experience. So it was nice. It was nice to give it a shot. So for future reference, it's you gotta try it to get good at it. So.
That's what these preseason races are for. They're, we're watching. Right. We're watching. Everybody's watching. We're seeing and we're noting that some people are trying different stuff. Other people are working on long runs, and some people that come in the rooms there, for example, they're just doing hot laps, and we know darn well hot laps don't work at the Premier Race Network. Yeah, so exactly. 2020. I'm anxious to see how this is going to go, but it's looking real good for you guys that have been out doing the preseason running of these practice races. So I'll put you back up there. Congratulations on
okay. Thanks a lot.
And talk to you in a bit.
Right.
User was moved out of your channel.
Well, there you have it. Another 60-lap race in January now. We've run one every night, except for the night that the 24 Hours of Daytona was run on iRacing. So basically, every night of this January, we've run a race, and we'll be running another one tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come and join us. If you're on iRacing, hop in here. See what you can do. See if you can match up with these drivers. See if league racing is what you're interested in. See if we're a good match for you. Basically, league racing is has been around for since 2010, 2011 in iRacing, and we've been running league since 2004. Even before iRacing. So basically, if you're looking for a long-standing group of racing gentlemen, this is the place. Check out the PremierRacingNetwork.com. Follow us on Twitch.tv /Premier Race Network. Have a look at our videos. on YouTube. You can either search up Premier Race Network or PRN Racing and see some of the stuff that we had up there. We've had stuff up there going back 2007, I believe, is some of the oldest stuff I've seen. So we've been around for a very long time, and you can sort of grasp what we're all about by watching those videos and by following us here on Twitch. So this is Ned Adams for the Premier Race Network. Bid you all a good night, and hope to talk to you soon or see you on track. This is the Premier Race Network.